Yes. Coming up next on Mental Health Marty, we got Hot Topics Tuesdays with none other than Dr. MarQuerita Story, Dr. Shon Stewart, and my own fam bam brother, Rob Sellers. You don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. Yeah. Oh, not a good voice tonight. What's up, everybody? Yes, it's me. It's your boy. It's your host, Martina Sellers, your mental health hygienist, coming to you live and in living color in Southern California. Not only where the sun is always shining, y'all, but it is legitimately hot out here. Listen, we're so glad that you're here. We're so glad that you're here. Hope that you're having a great Tuesday on today, and hope you're doing well. Listen, jump in, feed us some comments. We want this to be an interactive show, and we are so excited about this show. Hope you are doing well. Listen, life has been great. Things have been moving fast. Can you believe we are in April already? Where did this first quarter of the year go? We're in Q2 already. But listen, it's about to be a blessed one. And you got to get your mind right so that we can press toward the mark. Come on, somebody. I'm feeling a little churchy. I don't know why today. But yes. Tanya, hey, how are you? Hello. But let me remind you of the purpose of Mental Health Marty and what this is all about. Now, Mental Health Marty is a psychoeducational show. It is there to support you in your mental health journey as we're going through life. We are not a substitute. We are not a substitute for you seeing your therapist. We're not a substitute for you seeing your psychologist, your psychiatrist, your medical doctor, or your pastor, your priest, or anything like that. But we are a supplemental tool. In other words, we are written a part of your treatment plan for your mental health wellness and how you're going to be stronger in the future. Now, if you are experiencing any type of medical or mental health crisis, listen, you need to disconnect from us. Go to your nearest urgent care and take care of that matter. But if you're doing healthy and you're doing well, give a shout out, say, I'm doing well, and let's get this show happening. Yes, that's what we do. That's what we do. Now, how do you engage? We know how you engage. How do we see your comments? We want you to subscribe to the Mental Health Marty channel on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then definitely hit that bell so that every time we come on, you are notified, because we got some great shows coming at you in the month of April. And April is Black and minority mental health. I was going to say Black mental health awareness. That was February, because every month is Black History Month. But since we're in April, we're talking about minority mental health awareness. So that's how you engage with us. You can engage with us by going to the Mental Health Marty page, making sure you do comments. We'll see them as they come in. And this is the platform that we are doing everything by at this point. Why? Because YouTube has been much more friendly to us. I don't know what Zuckerman and all of them are doing over there in that other profile, what they're doing, but this is a better channel for us where we can definitely be a lot more interactive with you. So let us know how you're doing. Let us know where you're from. Give us a a shout out, and we'll make sure that we will acknowledge you. But today's topic, I'm so glad to introduce this new format. Y'all can tell I'm excited about it. We're going to be doing every first Tuesday of every month what I'm calling Hot Topics in the Black Community and Everything Black. Yes, we're going to be blickety black up in here on the first Tuesday of every month. And I'm so glad that we're going to have some regulars on here, none other than Dr. Story, Dr. Stewart, and like I said, my fam bam, my brother, Rob Sellers. I got nothing but love for these great minds alike. Jerron, brother, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for always being a supporter of the Mental Health Marty Show, man. Much love to you, my brother. Much love to the fam. So we know there's been so much going on in our community that's been putting us front and center in everything we do. And I wanted to do this to get 3 other different perspectives of how to look at life. Because, you know, y'all, we all have different thoughts about different things, and we want to have some healthy discussions. So listen, invite some people on to participate in the show tonight. Don't just suck all this goodness up for yourself. Let some other people know what we're doing and how we're doing it. But listen, I want to bring on my first. She is a regular. She's actually I should consider her my co-host, because that's exactly what she is. She is absolutely amazing. I met this young lady some years ago, and we've been ride or die ever since. But she is not only a gifted writer, a gifted speaker, a gifted preacher, a gifted mentor. She's just gifted in everything. You know how you're those friends that everything they touch, like she got the Midas touch and everything, y'all. And I'm so glad to call her my friend, my sister from another mister. She is none other than the Daughter's Dialogue and also the Cinderella Syndrome, none other than Dr. MarQuerita Story. Dr. Story, how you doing?
Hi, baby. How you doing on this evening? I'm so kindly grateful to be with you. So good to see you. So good to see, baby. We got some stuff to talk about, honey. I can't wait for us to catch up.
And we talk about it. Listen, we got to catch up. Listen, but how have you been? You look fabulous as always. Listen, what is that Philly sun doing to you, baby? You're glowing.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know I always come on because I'm looking for a husband. Or anyway, excuse me. That's not why I'm on. I come on because I'm always glad.
That's why I love you, baby. You keep it real.
I'm glad to spend time with you. But I love the platform that you have with mental health. I love the fact that you are working with our African American and brown men and men in general. I love the work that you're doing. And so that is why
I appreciate
I'm always here. But the sun has been good because it's been raining. So that's why y'all can see me. Once the sun come out, baby, y'all gonna have to put floodlights on me because you know I'm the dark skin. I got all the melanin, and I got all of the melanin. They done opened up all these cannabis shops. I'm getting ready to open up a melanin shop so I can start giving some transfusions.
But listen, hey, you know what they say. Listen, we got some great, we are a variety of people, and I love us all, from the light bright to us that are the sweet, dark skin that just wears their black with great pride. And that's why I love you, my queen.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah, we got some great topics to talk about tonight. Now, Daryl, did Bishop Shon make it? Okay, we're going to go to Bobby. Bobby, listen, we're going to bring my brother. Listen, I call him, he really is the genius of the family because he knows politics and stuff on a level that I don't. He should have been the lawyer and all that. That's my auntie. Love you, auntie. How are you? You know, you got to pay some family to come and just say, hey, baby, but we love her. That's that auntie that will come and pick you up and drive cross country and everything else, but we love her. In fact, she and my brother's birthday are on the same day. But let's bring, he's not a stranger to the Mental Health Marty Show, none other than my brother, Rob Sellers. Come on in.
All right, what's happening?
What's going on, brother?
All right. Same old, what's good with you?
Listen, we take it one day at a time, Okay.
Hey, just to let you know, I did not cash app you any money for the intro. Just let you know, I did not cash app you.
You didn't cash app me? But I will take a cash app if you just feel led to bless your brother.
No doubt.
Jelly Bobby Jr. That's your
Oh,
auntie.
wow. Oh, okay, okay.
That's
She
what's
put all
up.
the family
That's
business
what's up.
out.
And putting the family
Hey,
business out there.
Putting the family
hey,
business
too
out there.
much, too much, too much.
Yes, yes, yes. Listen, we're gonna get started because we got lots of stuff to talk about on tonight. Can we start off by talking about the Supreme Court Justice nomination, none other than Ketanji Jackson Brown? Listen, salute, hat off. I agree. She is the most qualified person that's ever been on been nominated, and she's got more credentials than the people who are on there. Listen, I'm gonna start off with Dr. Story. Dr. Story, talk to me about my sister, none other than Ketanji Jackson Brown. Oh, Brown Jackson. I got it all
Baby,
backwards.
Brown Jackson. Let's start with the sister locks. Let's start with the
Yes.
fact that she got her hair in locks. Doggone it. Let's just start with the fact that
Yes.
she just come in and it is what it is. She is
Yes.
dynamic. She is
Yes, she is.
beautiful. She is
Yes.
bold. She
Yes.
just got it going on, and there is a grace that comes from this queen, and I am so grateful to God that she's standing in her uniqueness. And I also love the fact that she does not mind being questioned on her own character and her conduct. And
Yes.
baby, that thing helped me because
Yes.
she stood by what she's done and she did what she did.
Right.
And she didn't
Yeah.
let them back her up into a corner. She made the idiots look like they was idiots. I said, baby, I'm having to learn something from her. I never really wanted to watch confirmation hearings, but I learned how to make people look like idiots. Let them keep on talking.
Right.
And I'm excited for her. I'm just excited. And I'm excited that her baby girl got to sit in there with her coils in her hair, doing what she got to do, watching her mama do some big girl stuff in a time where she saw racism come for her mother, but have to stop because it couldn't go any further. There's so many beautiful images, I believe, that are just being seen in this time. And then I also believe that this confirmation hearing also reminds the United States that our slip is still showing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That slip of Confederacy, that Confederate flag that's been tucked underneath our little clothes, our little slip is showing. So we can see it through the questioning that they had. We can see it through the lines that have been drawn. Let me stop talking, but I just think it's a whole lot of imagery that's out there.
That's right. Bobby, talk to us about Miss Ketanji. Come on.
Oh, you know, I'm not even gonna mess up her name like that, so I'm just gonna keep it real simple. Judge KBJ. We all know she's more well than cop. KBJ, Judge KBJ. You know,
that's
we
right.
all know
that's right.
She's more than qualified. I mean, she checks all the boxes.
No
went
question.
above and beyond, I think. So we all know what it is. The only difference is, it's just the white nationalists ain't gonna vote for her. We all know the ones they're gonna. They're going to be on the other side of history, and once when they cast their vote, we're going to find out who is for it and who's not. I mean, this is long overdue. In my opinion, she should have been. I mean, she was on the list, but that's who Obama should have nominated. But no here, no there. However, so we're at this point in junction now.
Was he in the position where he could nominate her? I know that he could have, but
he was on the list. Why not? He went with Mayor Garland. He went with Garland.
Right, but was he in? She was on the list, but had he have been a white president nominating her, just like we have now with Biden, would that have been different? I say because he was a black president, that the backlash would have been too great to nominate. Oh, you're trying to get all your people in now. I think we would have seen even more mud slung at that. But that's just my thought and opinion. You think something different? Right. Talk to it.
Well, if I can add something before your brother. Okay, go on. I'm sorry. Go
ahead, Dr. Story.
Yeah.
Okay, what I was going to say was to the point that you were making that would he be bringing in his own people? When I was running the courts in Phoenix, I hired once I got in an African American female, and that was the same question that came to me. Oh, you trying to get your people in? I said yes. I learned from the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, because y'all know how to stack y'all's thing, and I stacked mine. Go look at her paperwork. Go look at her background, and she's more than qualified than anybody else here. Y'all brought in who you wanted. That's who I want. Yep. Michelle, come on up in here. Come on up in here. You ate fish this morning with some grits. Leave your grits plate on your desk while you go in and do what you got to do on the court, and have your cornrows in your hair and take your hair down while we in a meeting. Go on and undo you.
You was making her get real comfortable.
No, but the reality was that she was more than qualified. We're gonna have to stop allowing individuals to stop us from having enough cojones to stand up and say this is the best we have to offer. Y'all can either take it or you can reject it. But the other thing is, Marty, let me go to your point again. I believe because the Senate and the House was more in a Republican, she would have lost completely. If we go back and look, the Republicans had more of a stance at that time. They had more control. What do you think?
I don't. But before we even do that, hold on, Junior. Dr. Stewart has made it. He's got caught in traffic, but we so glad. Let's bring him on because we know he got some profound things to say. None other than Bishop Dr. Shon Stewart.
Hey, family. How is everybody?
All right. Bishop, how you feeling?
Listen, Marty, I am working harder than a one-legged man in a kickball competition. Okay? That's where I'm going to leave that right there. That's all I'm going to say. If I don't know whether to run an offense, play defense, or get in the car and run for my life, but I'm on it. And I do what I love every day. But when I tell you they working me, it's been a minute since I've had to sweat on my job. Let me just put that out there. It's been a minute.
Okay.
But I want to join in on this. I want to say this.
Come on, join in on this conversation.
It is hard to explain to me in high levels of comprehension how Lindsey Graham could feel comfortable to go on TV and say that if the Republicans were in office, she wouldn't even get a hearing. Now, what is proved to me is that the intent versus the integrity. The intent is to prove that she's not qualified. If you do the lookup, Barrett or this other one, use this evangelical Christian, and I look from Genesis to Revelation, Dr. Story, but you and Marty are theologians. I'm an educator. But I've searched all over in the original language, and I have not found evangelical Christian in the book yet.
It's not in there.
I even went to the Hebrew, the Latin derivatives, and I have not found. I've searched all over. I couldn't find evangelical Christian. Look high and look low with my progressive bifocals. Couldn't find evangelical Christian. I did. However, what we're not paying attention to, which I think is a very important thing, Lindsey Graham said what everybody has been saying behind the scenes, that when they get back to power, these are the things you need to expect. The scripture is true. Warning does come before destruction. They are telling you how they're getting ready to destroy us. She has the credentials. She's clerk. She's clerk for the man she's replacing. Let's start there.
Yes.
He has something to do with her representation, her election, but let's go further back. He has something to do with the foundational practices of her judicial temperament. So what you're getting is an accelerated version of who's leaving the bench. And so I think the other conversation we have to have, and no one is going to talk to me about this, Black people, African Americans, can have the same credentials, higher education, more experience, and still have less respect at the table. And then it comes off worse when we become professionally irritated. Then they deem that as passionate. If a black woman cries, nobody wants to see her tears. But if a white woman cries, we stop the world to address that issue. There is no way when they asked Amy Coney Barrett about how she would rule on what's that about abortion if it's law. She said she couldn't opine about something because she's on her way up. She's applying for the job. They asked Ketanji Brown Jackson, and then she gives the same answer, and it's not good enough. How is it she gives the same answer to the same committee, and the answer is not good enough?
Yeah.
And then
talk to us, Bobby.
Answer. I just would love to answer this because they got the right people at the table. But I want Sheila Jackson Lee and Representative Maxine Waters to go in and reclaim their time and ask one question. Show me your professional resume that gives you the authority and the ability to scrutinize her. Half the people who scrutinized her, if we were to be very, very honest, they're not
qualified
at all.
They don't have any kind of degree at all.
No, investigate her.
They don't have the integrity. They don't have the education. They don't have the background. They don't have the knowledge. And just because you can Google it doesn't mean that that's information that you've tried and filtered through some type of understanding.
They didn't Google it. Their aide Googled it. Their aide Googled it.
Wait. So here was the conversation I have for the Republicans. So you mean to tell me you're upset about child porn, but nobody's talking about Matt Gaetz?
They upset about child porn.
I can hear
the reason why child porn exists is because of the Catholic Church, who they support. Don't play with me.
Right.
And they not only support child porn, but they also support those that have committed atrocities against young men and boys to be set free. I don't want to hear that mess. They're not concerned about that.
You come talk to me about this foolishness about, we get, because the question I have, and this is the question I have. If her resume has not changed before this interview and you voted for her twice, the only thing that you could scrutinize and say you didn't like are the judgments that she made since you confirmed her this last go around. The case is about child porn, and then let's talk. Ted Cruz, sir, I need you to come back to Houston.
Wait. Don't I said he belonged to you.
But he don't go to this church.
Oh, okay.
Because we practice holiness over here. I don't know what they practice over here, but we practice holiness over here. Because if you sin,
the different Jesus.
The scripture says Jesus you repent, then you get the grace.
Talk to us, Bobby. Talk to us.
Well, it's obvious we all don't pay.
Cruz don't want this kind of oil. He don't want this.
No. We all know
because what he wants to sound like them. Because if you go back and listen to the way Cruz talked before he got in the Federalist Society, you will hear his Hispanic culture come out in his conversations.
Oh, you don't hear any of that now. He sounds. He has the cadence of a Southern Baptist preacher. You are not a good one at that.
Yeah, and so then Lindsey Graham, how would you rate your Christianity on a scale of 1 to 10?
Don't do it.
Even Satan called God on the phone, on the rotary, on that yellow rotary that was in your grandmother's hallway, on that yellow one. He called God and said, "Are you listening to this?" On a scale of 1 to 10, I can get over the question had he not said, "But I only go 3 times a year." Then why on earth are we even in this conversation? Because then which God are you saying?
You're not qualified. Jump in, Bobby. You better jump in.
Shout out their political agenda. That's all they're doing. They just, shout people what they're trying to do for their cause as far as people who back them. We know all the CRT, all this is all BS. Come on. They don't want to, I thought it was, they always talk about God, but I thought the scripture said what? You should know the truth and the truth will set you free. They don't want to be free.
But no, they don't want to be free. They don't want to talk about that, and they don't want to talk about a couple of chapters over that we don't just know the truth, but we have the ability to inspect the fruit that they bear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. But the other issue is that this is no longer a Christian nation. So it doesn't matter if that woman believed in doggone SpongeBob SquarePants. It does not even matter. This isn't even a Christian nation any longer.
I'm going with Patrick. Right.
Yeah, we all know.
We know
that.
We all find out who in their right mind, because I want to know. I don't have an issue with people discussing abortion and how it should or should not be addressed. If, in fact, you will go to the hospital and participate in that process with the person after they've been raped and tell them that they should have the child of their rapist, and then sit there and help them understand logically how that's okay. Now, as a pastor, I understand that that we shouldn't agree with all of that. But I've never read anywhere where God gave me the authority to tell a woman. But I'm back to Dr. Story.
Still have
I'm an educator. So then when we start talking about Roe versus Wade, Brown versus Board of Education, the question I have is, why are we discussing law that's been cemented instead of talking about the changes you're making behind the scenes?
What see, you done gotten some high cotton now. You gotten high cotton.
I'm from the South, baby. That's all I know how to walk in.
Well, hey. Or you can look at another angle. They don't want no abortions because they can still make money off of us.
And then you're not going to
get locked up.
You're not going to fund social services to actually take the kids in. So, okay, fine. Have the kids. Fine. Put the law in place. But then you come back and remove the funding by not expanding Medicare and Medicaid for the child welfare system or Department of Family Protective Services to support the kids. Then you come back and put Black people and minorities in leadership. Then you come back and scrutinize them in public hearings saying they're not doing their job, when really you're not doing your job by providing funding for these crooked policies you're writing.
Right, and I think though too with even abortion though, with this particular issue of abortion, I think that even the brush in which they are attempting to utilize is too generalized, because there are some times where abortion is life-saving, that it has nothing to do with rape. It has nothing to do with whether or not somebody has committed an atrocity against you. Sometimes to abort a fetus literally is a life-saving act for that particular mother, because even our bodies can spontaneously abort a child, where you still have to have medical interventions that come along with it. And so because of the brush being so generalized and for it being such a hot button topic, it is too little information that's being provided to individuals who are not trying to hide behind the Bible, but who are trying to make common sense decisions as to what needs to happen. The other thing is that we've got to understand, you go on with a 11 and 12-year-old girl that gets pregnant, and let's see how her body reacts and responds, because medically and physically, although their bodies can carry it, it might not be able to birth it because it is not prepared to do it. And so there, I'm not speaking on what's the right and the wrong of it. I am suggesting that we utilize and hide behind theological and social
false theology,
false social constructs. I agree with all of that, in order for us to suggest that we're making the right decisions for everybody.
Okay, we got to move to our next topic. This is it. But Ketanji Brown Jackson, come on, sister. You got this.
Call your local senators. Make the phone.
That's right.
Yeah, they getting in though. She getting in though, baby. She getting in. They could pressurize that thing as much as that chick gonna be going through there walking slow, baby, with them doggone sister locks in her hair. That's all I got to say.
While she's walking, if she just happened to lock one or two of them up, I'm just saying.
If she could, that would be perfect.
If she could,
I can't wait for Donald John Trump cases to
No,
get to
that
the
chicken,
court?
that lady in New York got him. She don't need Ketanji to help in on that. That little girl in New York,
No,
she
sir.
got her all
No,
by
ma'am.
herself.
Yes. Okay, can we talk about what everyone doesn't want to talk about anymore? But there's always some new stuff that comes up. Can we? We're going to go here. What happened? I got my own thoughts about what. I just think Will snapped. I think he had a moment.
So his name not Will Smith, is Will snapped?
Is Will? Yes, Will snapped.
Will, I was waiting because you know.
Will married the wrong woman. Will married the wrong woman. Married the wrong woman.
Come on, talk clear. Explain yourself. Come on, talk clear.
I'm just saying, right? The whole thing, right? When you get married, I don't know. I figure once you get married, you support an empire. They lost some money on that. Yeah, they might be millionaires, whatever the case may be. They lost money on that. And then on top of that, besides the money issue, you know, besides that, like I said, he married the wrong woman. She don't love Will. He fell on her sword. She don't love Will. That's our problem. Well, she said we married the wrong women and have babies by the wrong women. Plain and simple.
Now she said she doesn't need Will. She said she don't need Will to defend her, and she wished he hadn't done that. What you got to say to that?
She's never satisfied.
I disagree.
Prince, when doves cry. Okay.
Someone's mad at you. Someone's mad at you. Janice, don't be mad at my brother. Don't be mad at my brother.
All I'm saying.
But I
married the
do
wrong
raise
woman. That's all. Married the wrong woman.
I do raise the
You better go there.
About why he waited till after he saw her face. Now, for me, because I've been hearing this, I really want to have a conversation with him because I want to know. It was funny till you looked at her face. I would love to know, what did her face say to you, Brother Smith, that made you get up and walk on the stage and slap him
in front of millions of people?
You know, I mean, I'm from the Holiness Church. You know, we believe in laying hands, but not like that. Right. And so the question, I really think that someone should have said this to him.
Okay, what? Sorry, I can't help you. I'm helping myself this year. Stay motivated. Right.
Because the problem he has,
I need about 10 of those in every color.
It's not what broke you. What has not completed your healing?
This is true.
What steps do you need?
He'll never heal with her. He'll never heal with her. It's over with.
I'm not even on her, Rob. I'm not even on her because I'm on him.
That's what I'm talking about. He's so wounded that he can't get help.
But he can when he do his prison sentence for the battery, he'll be able to get some assistance in there because they do anger management classes in prison.
Well, I was trying to get a hold of my cousin and say, get him on the phone so I can get him enrolled in Marcel Consulting anger management classes before he accepts that award. And he just said, I'm sorry, I'm already enrolled in anger management classes.
But he's in Dubai. He's in Dubai right now, so we don't even have to worry about that. He done jump ship and over in Dubai right now, so whatever.
Well, and you know, the thing that I think the takeaway that we really need to talk about
Let's talk about it.
One, women's health as it relates to their hair, what it means. My sister is a nurse down home in Orange, and in her mid-40s, she started losing her hair. And by the time she made it to her 50s, she went bald. And she wore wigs and all of that. But
is a narcissist.
She viewed herself. Yeah. How she viewed herself changed.
Yes.
You know,
and alopecia. That's one of those things that we do not talk a lot about, and especially in the Black community, because we are so it's such an issue with our hair. Like it's just such an issue of whether it's straight enough, whether it's too curly, whether it's nappy, whether it's long enough, whether it's shiny enough, whether it's
if it's too Afrocentric when you go to work.
When it's too Afrocentric, when you go to work, all of that, and
Bobby, you're not buying it.
No. I'm agreeing. I said it's a shame. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing.
It is hard. It is hard. But just like my brother had suggested, he was like, if she needed to get alopecia to cut her hair off, she looked good in a mug with it like that. So his thing was kind of the other way, that she's been able to find something that works with her no matter what. Her feelings about it is he can't go hit everybody that don't want her rocking a Caesar. Like you can't go beat up everybody that don't want your wife hair cut short. You can't do that.
But I think it's deeper than that. Now
Because
if
Rock
now
had that woman's
I'm
mouth
with Bill
in
Maher.
his name in his mouth too many times. Chris
No,
Rock
but let me
came
tell you
out.
something. Them two white women had just talked about their open marriage and said something about them. He ain't hit them white women, them white women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nobody seen
Because
that.
Delilah Spirit, come on, Delilah
Jesus.
Spirit.
Hey,
Now
rough.
in that,
Jade is rough.
she always
rough.
been rough.
She got
she been rough
that
from the time
masculine
we
female
saw her
energy.
on.
She does. She definitely has.
She got that masculine female energy.
She's very masculine presenting. Very masculine presenting. But the other thing is that Will, somebody said this to me, and I can't say who it was, but we've bought into a persona of him as well. That
Yes, we have.
he is this prince from Bel Air, but he was raised in West Philadelphia, and that's one of the toughest places that there is. And so I think he's been able to mask some things, but to the point that has been raised, you get the wrong woman with the right man, and he can go up and she can bring him down all at one moment. All in one moment. And so it's just the truth.
I'm with you on that.
It's just the truth.
I'm with you on that.
You tell Janisha Smith she in timeout.
Oh wow.
Miss Smith, you tell Miss Smith she in timeout for 5 minutes to bring me her phone.
Someone said Jada loves everyone but Will. But anyway,
but
come on, Jada's talking right. Flo talking right. She been rough since a different world.
Since different world. Right. She came on there rough.
Why are all my members on here? Everybody from New Hope Baptist Church and Impact Christian Center and all of y'all get off of here. Do not type nothing in there.
And then I also think that
Flo, when she come to Houston, she got a seat at my table.
I also think maybe Chris Rock had a little crush on Jada. And she might have turned him down so much. That's why any chance he got in public, he gonna get her. That's what I just think. I think maybe he had a crush on her. She turned him down.
They both
like, I'm gonna get you every time I come on stage. He been on her. He's been on her.
Now. I asked someone who had some insight. I can't share my sources, but they said, Bobby, you were there. This actor said Chris Rock actually meant it as a compliment, saying this from this perspective, that Jada, we've seen your life, and you have weathered through your life like G.I. Jane, and you've been this warrior through your life, and we can't wait to see the end of the story because you are triumphant. But she misread it. So what if that is really what Chris Rock meant, and the room read it wrong, but she read it wrong as well?
So then we're back to interpretation.
Right. But we're
back
also
to
at a place, though,
Bishop, versus interpretation.
That's his But the other thing is, we're at this place where we also are living in such a way where we recognize that that I have some liberties that I can take.
Yes.
Let me tell you what I know. Like, my eyes are brown. If any of y'all would have deactivated that seat that you was in and got your butt up and walked up on that stage,
would have been pulled
the crap out of him, baby. They would have had LAPD all on top of you. The SWAT team would have had something in your head and all around you, and we wouldn't have ever seen you again. That would have been a whole nother story. But because we live at a time where people have liberties that they can take because of money, that we watch somebody be victimized and they act like somebody shouldn't be punished for it. And I'm saying out loud that man needs to be brought to justice. And I done already heard people trying to get checks. I don't want no check right now. I want him to see a judge. I want him to go before a judge, because his behavior on television, y'all, because let me tell you, as long as it's black on black, we act like it's okay, but then it's gonna be white on black, and then who's gonna police it? It's gotta stop. Nobody is supposed to put their hands on anybody. Period.
Now, what if by theory and circumstance, Will Smith had been a dark-skinned brother? Because I've heard the theory because Will was. Because he was light skinned.
If he'd have been
Wesley Snipes, yes.
So you saying since he's light skinned, he got to win? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, now,
we got to go further. I think we have to go further. Them light brights turn colors when you hit them, Rob. So then.
You're right.
OJ Simpson said if he had done it.
Watch this. Here it is.
No, you didn't bring up.
I get a woman and go to school, show the teacher my webs, say I'm too dark to see them.
Right.
Yeah.
Another sibling of mine, a little bit brighter than me, go to school, show the teacher the webs, they can see them.
Yeah.
My issue isn't that it's black on black. It's not that it's bright versus dark. It's versus perception and intent.
Yes.
He does need to be held accountable.
Thank you, Auntie.
However, my question is, what is the definition of accountability?
Go to jail, baby. If we got the film. You go to prison for battery, baby. You get. It was unprovoked. Ain't nobody went up and talked in his face. You can't take a joke. Don't come to it. This is a part of it.
Now T.I. been threatening this comedian down in Atlanta.
Listen, that person got a whole body guard.
Too many times.
T.I. was gangster first, you know what I'm saying? T.I. was gangster before he got rapping and
not in jail too many times.
You know, he's coming in from a whole different angle.
Serious.
You know,
you better take T.I. serious. Take T.I. serious.
You know, he's already got caught with guns before on the street.
But baby, and he done did time already. He gonna go back and visit his cousin. Don't play. You know what I'm saying? The light bright. The album out.
But I will say this though.
Yeah.
But you do know insanity comes in some of the finest packaging you've ever seen.
Okay.
Insanity comes in some of the finest packaging you've ever seen.
He better plead it. He better get a good attorney, and he better let them know he was sold.
Because here is the question. I think that we have to go a little further. We need to go take a look at not the why. I want to know what triggered him to get up. We saw why. We saw what happened.
But we know what triggered him to get up.
I think we know what triggered it to me.
I think we know what triggered. I think it was Jada.
Well, I looked at it like how she was looking at him like, if you ain't doing nothing, you're gonna sleep on the couch after this war. We know you're getting a war tonight, but
no,
you don't do nothing.
No. You're wrong.
You're not gonna be allowed in the bedroom tonight.
Don't have me go back over with August again. That's what she looked like. You want August back up in the house, or what?
Can you turn her mic off? Turn her mic off.
Yeah, that's what it is.
August coming to the house this evening.
If he wasn't going to get physical, he wasn't going to get that little piece of heaven that night.
Well,
based on the perception of this conversation, he's been living in a hot hell for a minute.
Yeah.
But and I'm gonna tell you, it ain't been no wade in the water.
Not in their water. There's been some other ways, but it has.
The song said at the chord progression that he was gonna trouble the water. That's what the song said. But based on this position,
this though, Bishop, all of us though, when we get to a certain level though, there's an expectation.
Yes, there's and a responsibility.
It's a responsibility that we have to do the best that we can. What did you say, Bobby?
It was a bad look all the way around. It was just a bad look.
Absolutely.
I love the way Denzel was the senior statesman in the conversation. And he did go and address it. And I do like the way that he addressed it. What he really said to them, he said, well, hey, the higher you go, the more you go through, the higher you're attacked. So then what he really was saying, that the devil attacks you in your highest moments, right? Yeah. What he was really verifying was that too much as given, much is required.
It's required. Come on, talk to us.
It's required. But I really think that we need to read that backwards. You are required to give as much as you are given.
You better flip the script on us.
Your output has to match your pull down. The problem is we're so accustomed to gimme, that I leech off of you so much that when it's time for me to give of myself, I'm so empty, I don't have nothing to give. So then we justify in the DSM-5, then we come back and say, oh, well, he snapped. No. Because we've already checked off that it's not emotional disturbance. We've already proved that there is an anger issue, but that's been temperate. We've already verified that there's no medication in play. We also have verified that he's been under a different level of stress because what was the word they was calling Rob? It was a what she said they was calling a
entanglement.
Entanglement.
The entanglement. And so then I'm waiting on the DSM-6 to come out to give clarity on we're entanglement.
We're doing an addendum to 5 before we go to 6.
That's fine. Can I just get somebody to put entanglement in there and then tell me where on the practice does it fall? Because you can't.
It's in the black version.
Yeah. But one of the other things is I appreciate all of the DSM-5 and 6, but I also believe that we have a responsibility as Christians to conduct ourselves in such a way where we are
Will
not
Smith confirm he was
living.
one of those?
What's
yes, he has
5 and 6. What is that?
Oh, DSM.
What is that?
A DSM.
That's where we the therapists go to make our diagnosis about you.
I'm like, what is that? I'm still stuck at the 5 and the 6. Y'all have moved on.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Okay. Please forgive me. Please forgive me.
We're on the 5. We're on the 5 right now. The 6 hasn't even been released. We're on the 5. We're on the 5. Yes. Well, adults now can have ADHD. Yes. But before we move on, let me throw out one more name. Jesse Smollett. And
let us pray. Just let us pray. Let us pray. I mean, where do you start with that? Where do you start with that?
Uncomfortable. I got that book. Conversations. Yes, okay. I got that with a black man. That's an uncomfortable conversation with a black man.
My issue with Smollett is this, y'all. I'm not mad. I don't understand why the people are mad from the first case when the district attorney did what they did, because Trump gets away with what he does.
Well, now you got a point, but that goes with wealth versus poverty.
Right. And so Smollett's money, his money was able to get him to a table, to get him out of an issue that multiple of political leaders that don't look like us have been in. And all of a sudden, it is an issue if he does it and can't afford it. But then we got to go back to court. And I'll give you the court case. But watch this. You can't tell me within the stretch of the judgment sentencing, the scope of it, as KBJ did, the notorious KBJ said in the meeting with them folk in that meeting, that how can I'm well within my judicial authority go within the scope. Mm-hmm. And so how is it that they took his sentencing so far and then they had to go back and eat it? Like, help me understand how that even makes sense in the context that all men are equal.
Well, we already know that. They still think it's as us. They still think of us as 2/3 of a person. So that's a whole nother. Is that what was written in as a Constitution? Was it 2/3 or a third?
We just brought over here for the labor. They still think that we're just here for the labor.
3/5. Thank you. 3/5.
And I'm gonna say something that's horrible. We have to get to the place where I'm with you, Rita. We have to hold people accountable, but the rule has to be the rule, whoever enforces it. The rule, like a good example, where I serve right now in leadership, I had to tell a parent, listen, I support your anger. I understand how we got here, but it does not change the rule. This is the outcome. The actions got us to here. This is the outcome. You've been waiting. She tragic. But because, let's go back. She tragic. Because Smollett, here's the other conversation. Why are we mad? Because he was able to get out of it. I'm saying, what are your thoughts on it, Rob? Tell me your thoughts.
I don't know. I've never seen a judge berate somebody so bad in my life as far as during the case.
Now that was tragic, bro.
I was tragic. Yeah. Oh, wow. And then hit him at the end like, you're gonna do 5 to 6 months. Boom. Like, damn. But I think the change was he copped a deal before the other DA came in and went to trial.
Yes.
You know, that's where they messed up. You know, I don't know if it's double jeopardy, whatever the case may be, but I thought
it's illegal.
I thought he signed a plea
It's
deal.
illegal.
Yes.
This is illegal.
Period.
I thought he did a plea deal. That's why I was like, why is he going back on trial again? But hey,
that was for no other reason than to prove that justice works.
Yes.
But I'm concerned that we have moved his case.
Just us works, not justice. Just us works.
Oh. Clearly.
Okay, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because I just don't understand how we could have had 2 trials for him this fast, and I can't get our lieutenant governor, who is a prosecuted federal crime person, who is our attorney general, how he still has his job. I don't understand how Matt Gaetz is still free. I don't understand how Donald Trump is still free. And yet we found time to prosecute Smollett twice in under 5 years.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to the fire round. Okay. You got 30 seconds. Tell me what you think about these experts. Let's go here. Bobby, let's go. Tiger Woods, go.
Is he on Nike? He has some different cleats on. Nike came out with, I don't know. Is he with Nike or is he not? His first time they had coverage of him where he didn't have Nike cleats on.
Well, it looks like he's not. Tiger Woods. Bishop Shon, Tiger Woods.
I'm glad to see him back. But I do question not the Nike, but I do question why. And I just wonder, is he setting his son up for legacy, which I think is awesome. But I just wonder, I'm with Rob. Like he have on no Nike. And he also didn't talk about how he was going to maneuver through the next game. He has not talked about that at all. So I am questioning his why, but I'm glad to see him back. And I'm going to say something nobody wants to talk about. I'm glad that the accident did not reveal that he had some level of alcohol or drugs in his system.
Yes.
Even though we have political leaders who do the same thing and kill people and then don't go back to help them and then run for office, get back in office, and only resign because the Department of Justice comes for you. But Tiger Woods can't even have a wreck without being under suspicion of being drugged. And so I'm glad he's back. I'm with Rob, getting some Nikes or start your own company so we can invest.
There you go. There you go.
Well,
come on.
That's a word. That's a word. That's a word.
Go ahead, Dr. Story. Tiger Woods.
With Tiger, I'm glad to see him back. But is this, Jordan coming back for the second time? Like, should you go out with a bang? Like, is it always good to do a comeback? Because all comebacks all sequels ain't the best. Sometimes the first one was the best one.
I hear you. Okay, Dr. Story. I'm with you too. Regina King. She's doing now. Well, but she's back shooting. She's shooting on Shirley Chisholm. Talk to me about Regina King.
I think she's a superwoman. I think she is a beauty with brawn and brain. I think she's bodacious. I think she is telling us and teaching us that we are made of something even stronger than we could ever believe, and the grace in which she's operating in her grief as well as her go on after the loss that she has is something that I think we can all learn from. She is
That's good.
Incredible.
She is. Bobby, Regina King.
I love her. I love her. I love that woman. Always been a fan since 227. No matter what she does, it's glorious to me. Von Glorious. I love that woman. Oh, yes, I do. She's been in my fantasy and my dreams since I was 227.
Bobby, we can hear
She's
you.
still there. She hasn't lost her place in my book. I love that woman. Anything she touches.
We can hear you, Bobby.
Glorious.
We can hear you.
You know what? How you just go east? Dr. Stewart, you got anything to say about that? No.
I usually have I read the dictionary right for fun. I don't have a word to come behind that. Like I just, the old folk would say open and honest confession. Yeah, right, Jay. Tell me how the hell you really feel. I will say this though. The one thing that grief is, it is a gift.
Yeah.
And her ability to navigate this, and as public as she has, is giving strength to a lot of people who aren't able to talk about their grief.
Yes.
She's able to become the reflection of what they need to be because they're struggling on what they see.
Yes. Yes, that's good. That's good. Hey, if anyone know Regina King, get this clip get this clip over to her. Boop.
But now, Rob, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If you get hold to it, bro, call me so I can come. I'm available to come do your wedding free of charge.
Hey, no doubt, because I got a bag of lines ready. Bag of lines. When I see her, it's game. I'm shooting my game on sight.
Listen, I'm gonna call the church into fasting to help you, bro. I need you to be like David with that rock. I need you to throw one time and get it, man.
I'm like Apollo Creed with my training on my bag of tricks on wordplay with her. I'm gonna be like Apollo Creed.
Oh, yes. Does he know we can hear him? Does he know we can hear him?
That ain't the question. Does he care?
Hear everything he's saying.
Right, he don't care. He don't care.
Does he? Now, listen, Rob, I got you, bro. Just let me. For you, I travel for free. Listen, do your best work. You hear me?
Hey.
God. If somebody got on Instagram, her Twitter, somebody tag her, so she knows she got her next step already in place. She just got to say,
"What is going on? What is going on?" I
got poetry for her. Poetry.
Baby, the Bible says, "Call those things that be not, call them what they are." You practicing the scripture wrong.
That's Regina the damn King right there. You dig what I'm saying? I got a list of lines for her. A list of
listen, and you better have them memorized, because if you walk up there with a manuscript, I'm coming to snatch your card, boy. I'm snatching your card.
Well, y'all, this has been Hot Topics. I can't wait to do this next month.
I do have one question. I got a name for you. Barack Hussein Obama, back at his old house today. Can't nobody talk to me. Was in the old house.
Yes, sir.
Not the White House. Yes, sir. He was in his old house.
His old house. He came back.
But address President Biden as Vice President Biden. How about that?
Got that right. Yes, he did. I miss Barry. I miss Barry.
Reminded that was a hot mic. Ain't nobody talking.
Right. Well, he just reminded us who really has been in control, even those other time frame and everything. But we miss him tremendously, and the grace and honor that he really did bring. And we won't even talk about Michelle Obama. You know, all hail to the true first lady of our nation. She really was the Jackie O for us. in so many ways.
She
But
has
listen,
been,
y'all,
I
she's
mean,
been
no
so gracious. Listen,
disrespect, but Jackie O does not compare to
but
Michelle.
you're really right. You're right. You're right.
You're right.
No disrespect. Jackie O was exactly who she was when she was, and we thank God for her.
For her.
Yes.
However, we praise God for who we got now, because Jackie O didn't represent us.
Amen,
all right,
brother.
now I'm done talking.
And the church,
now
the church said
may
amen.
the grace of God
rest, rule, and what?
You forgot, and the sweet communion, baby. You can't just go read. You got to have something to rest
Well,
with.
yeah, you're right.
You
We
like
gotta,
Rob,
we
you're
gotta
gonna
have
be
some
reading
sweet
them
communion.
lines, baby. You're gonna be reading them lines. You gotta tell them who they resting with.
Yeah,
you got to clean that up, because they will think that they're supposed to be resting with Rob, and then when he tell them no, then we got to clean it up.
No, it's the sweet communion. It's the sweet communion. It's the sweet communion.
Listen, help us out.
Communion.
Yeah, because if they come to Rob, the whole ship is sinking faster than the Titanic.
Listen, I love y'all. You know I got nothing but love for you. Listen, Shon, can't wait to see you sometime coming down there. This needs to be weekly. Sister Janice, this is going to be the first Tuesday of every month. This group right here, this is the Hot Topics crew, because I love this, because everyone stands in their own right and truth. Dr. Story, you know I got nothing but love for you, my queen.
I love you.
Dr. Stewart, listen, can't wait to sit down and have some cornbread, and I need a peach cobbler and some fried chicken and some catfish.
You fasting, baby. It's Lent. You might want to ask the Lord to strengthen your hands in California.
Well, we
listen. All you got to do is call me.
The Bible Belt.
Listen, call me when you land. Don't call me when you get on the plane. Call me when you land, and I'll come pick you up.
Okay.
We go to the deep freeze. There's stuff out there.
He said the deep
and
freezer.
I thank God for a deep. It's not with the R on the end. It's a deep freeze. So thank you.
You understand? and it's a chest freeze in case, because we put stacks of meat in there.
That's right. Yeah, but it's just a deep freeze. It's not a deep freezer. It's a deep freeze.
No, man.
And it's not a freezer. It's just a deep freeze.
Not at all. And it's disrespectful in the South if you carry the R.
That's right.
Yes, sir. But we won't carry the aura.
We appreciate the aura.
Yes. And of course, my brother, who is from the same mother. You know, brother, I got nothing but love for you, Bob. Definitely.
You know that's true. You know that's true, big brother. Salute to all what you're doing, my man. You always been putting it down, always admired, looking up. That's what it is.
Yeah, we got nothing but love for this man here. He's the reason why I got into podcasting and everything. But listen, y'all, if you enjoyed this, please share this with tell others to come in and check this out. We're going to be here hit the like first button. That's right, hit that like button. First Tuesday of every month, nothing but hot topics on Mental Health Marty with Dr. Story, Dr. Stewart, and Dr. Sellers, a.k.a. Rob himself, because he really is, yes, doing that. Listen, Daryl, we're going to go straight to the end since we are out of time. We got nothing but love for you, and as always, we don't want you to continue to secretly suffer in silence. Yeah, you know he
I like that.
In the shadow of shame. But we want you to speak up, speak out, and live, and always remember to enjoy your life. We'll see you next week. Okay, God bless y'all. Take care.